Our reading for this service is by UU Minister Percival Chubb. Once more the fields are planted, and the fruitful earth fulfills the promise of spring. The work of those who labor will be rewarded. They sow and reap, plant and gather. How rich and beautiful is the bounty of the earth, the golden grain, the clustered corn, the grapes of purple and green, the crimson apples and yellow pears, all the colors of orchard and garden, vineyard and field. Season follows after season. After winter, the spring. After summer, the harvest-laden autumn. From bud to blossom, from flower to fruit, from seed to bud again. The beauty of the earth unfolds. From the harvest of the earth, we are given occasion to garner a harvest of the heart and mind, a harvest of resolve to be careful stewards of all life's gifts and opportunities, a harvest of reverence for the wondrous power and life at work in things that grow and change and develop in the soil and in the soul. A harvest of gratitude for every good which we enjoy and for community with all who are sustained by earth's beauty. So ends our reading. So, as I told you before, this sermon is my answer to Becky's friend, who told her that the world holds nothing for me. And I'm really grateful for Becky to bring me that conversation and for my being able to think about it and being able to share my thoughts with you. The old gospel hymn that we read for our meditation was written in 1964 by country star gentleman Jim Reeves. Some of you may remember him. And it eloquently expresses the conservative evangelical religious point of view. This world is just a giant waiting room, a place where the faithful, called saints in the song, mark time till they can be brought to their real home through death. Now, the melody, I have heard it on YouTube, is beautiful, but of course the lyrics are about as un-Unitarian Universalist as it is possible to get. In the 1980s, UU Sarah G. Cook of Chicago took it upon herself to rewrite 3 of the 4 verses of Reeves' song. And then I rewrote the 4th verse, which Cook apparently didn't. In Cook's version, which I'm so grateful to Gordon Gibson for sending to me, the UU theology of the here and now is not only explored, it is exalted. The treasures of the earth are not just majestic trees and mountains, but the beautifully mundane barking dog running down the street and the writer's many friends and neighbors. This is what I'm living for, she declares. Sophia Lyons-Fahs has been credited as the founder of Unitarian Universalist religious education, and she famously wrote, "It matters what we believe." It does indeed. Differences in theology bring about differences in how life is lived, what is deemed important, what you give your heart to. This world holds nothing for me means that there is nothing in this world that can claim your attention or priorities. Any ism you can name, any problem or challenge that exists can be dismissed or ignored because it is of this world, and this world is not your home. Your attention is focused on the next world, a literal better place than this one. You are under no obligation to work to improve things in this world. It holds nothing for you. We religious liberals see things very, very differently. This world, beautiful and imperfect, is our home more and more, and we cherish it even as we work to make it better for all people and for all living creatures. We consider it sacred, not because the earth is our God or our idol, but not because we think everything here is just dandy or perfect, but because we are of the earth and everything about this world is part of us. In the same way that we love the people we love, even though they are not perfect, we treasure this imperfect and beautiful world. Polish poet and writer Adam Zagajewski died last month at the age of 76. There is a poem of his written in the year 2000 that has gotten me through several terrible personal and natural disasters. And I think it's appropriate for me to share it with you here. Try to praise the mutilated world. Remember June's long days and wild strawberries, drops of rosé wine, the nettles that methodically overgrew the abandoned homesteads of exiles. You must praise the mutilated world. You watched the stylus yachts and ships. One of them had a long trip ahead of it, while salty oblivion awaited others. You've seen the refugees going nowhere. You've heard the executioners sing joyfully. You should praise the mutilated world. Remember the moments when we were together in a white room and the curtain fluttered. Return in thought to the concert where music flared. You gathered acorns in the park in autumn and leaves eddied over the earth's scars. Praise the mutilated world and the gray feather a thrush lost and the gentle light that strays and vanishes and returns. Y'all, we must praise the mutilated world. We live in a broken and mutilated, yet beautiful and awesome world. It could be better, and we believe we can help make it so with our hands and our hearts and our minds. This world is our home more and more. It concerns us. It is one of our values. It is a priority to us. It breaks our hearts, and we love it and deplore it in equal measure. And then we work and try to mend it. Try to praise the mutilated world. It is the only home we know. Amen, Ashe, Shalom, Salam, Namaste, blessed be. Let's open our hearts for our closing hymn.
Go in peace. Go in kindness. Go in love. Go in faith. Leave the day behind us. The day is done. Go in grace. Let us go into the dark, not afraid, not alone. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home.
All right, let us join our voices and our words for extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Our benediction this morning comes from my friend and colleague, the Reverend Darcy Rook. There is too much hardship in this world to not find joy every day. There is too much injustice in this world to not right the balance every day. There is too much pain in this world to not heal every day. Each of us ministers to a weary and broken yet beautiful world. Let us go forth and do that which calls us to make this world ever more loving, ever more compassionate, ever more beautiful, and ever more filled with the grace of divine presence every day. Our service here is ended, but service in the wider world remains our continuing responsibility and an ever-renewing source of joy. Go from here and make peace.